Welcome to the Champ and the Chump. I'm your host today only. I do not host, I just participate on the show. But in today's situation, I'm your host, Lou Willard, aka The Champ. Right there it is, The Champ. If you haven't noticed yet, our normal host, Corey Idle, he's out sick. So we wish him well. Hope he gets better soon. But the reality is he's probably still looking at this in my new background. You can see I got a new setting with the trophy. Let me tilt that for you a little bit. That thing been here for 2 years, not going anywhere anytime soon. I got my 75th anniversary, Steelers bottles, my Heinz Ward bobblehead, my Terry Bradshaw duckbill helmet that I have a picture of with me wearing available. Anytime you ask, that picture is available. When I was 3 years old, I had that helmet on with my Lynn Swan jersey on. Been a Steelers fan my entire life. I'm 52 years old. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We just want to pop in real quick and bring up a couple things. Justin Fields has been traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is all about fantasy. So I formerly had Justin Fields at my 26 rated quarterback. So he was in your super flex option. But now with him being traded to the Chiefs, he's not even in that. He's not even in your super flex at this point in time. Because Mahomes will most likely be ready week 1. But if not, he may miss the first 4 weeks. Worst case scenario, he's coming back. Fields is out. So Mahomes, I still have him at 8th because he's not going to do a lot of the running, so he loses that. He loses those points. But Fields falls off a cliff in this scenario. But personally, with him being a Buckeye, me being a Buckeye, this is the best move for this young man. He finally has a football coach. So now he can prosper under him, get traded out, and pull a Sam Darnold. And I love it. But nonetheless, Fields is out of 26. He's out your top 40 because we did our top 40s. He's out the top 40 right now. 2, Darnell Mooney, former Atlanta Falcon, signs with the Giants. Okay, Wan'Dale Robinson left the Giants and went to the Titans, as we all know. So just flip them places. Neither one was in my top 40. Neither one will be in my top 40 going forward. So wherever you had Wan'Dale Robinson on the Giants, insert Darnell Mooney, you're in the same position because the Giants are drafting Carnell Tate or Mekhi Lemon. Bottom line, if they don't, then they believe in Darnell Mooney way more than I do. And if that's the case, if they don't take Mekhi Lemon or Carnell Tate at 5, you shoot Darnell Mooney up your draft numbers, up your numbers in fantasy football. He is going to go from wherever you had him, which I had him outside of the top 40, still do. He's going to shoot into your top 30. Easy. Maybe even top 24 because he's going to be their number 2. If they don't draft a receiver in the first round, he is their number 2 wide receiver. Period. The end. The next thing we'll touch on real quick, and this isn't a big one because he still doesn't have a team. He does, but he doesn't. Kirk Cousins. Where's Kirk Cousins going to go? There's only 4 teams that need a quarterback. Technically need a quarterback. Arizona Cardinals. Do they? But that's what everybody's telling me. Pro Football Focus, all the stuff I'm getting my information from is telling me that the Cardinals need a quarterback. Jacoby Brissett or Kirk Cousins. It's the same guy. So why would the Cardinals even be on this list? But they are. So skeek, I'm scratching them off. The Las Vegas Raiders. Now this one is interesting to me because we know they are taking Fernando Mendoza, whom they plan to start. Kirk Cousins, from all reports, is a great guy. He would be willing to step in that role to teach this young man how to be an NFL quarterback. Doesn't need to teach me how to be a good person, because clearly this young man is a good person. And I hope I'm right on that. Don't make me regret it. Don't make me regret it, Fernando. But nonetheless, so I could see them bringing him in. And if the kid can't pick it up, starting Kirk until the kid is ready, and then handing the ball to Fernando. That's a perfect scenario. Next up, the Browns. Everybody's putting the Browns in this when they already have 19 quarterbacks. Look, Kirk's smarter than that. Ex-native Browns. And last but not least is my Pittsburgh Steelers. Just see my background. And there's a fantasy football championship trophy again. So value what I tell you. If Aaron Rodgers isn't coming back, Kirk Cousins, this is the perfect place for him. Because in Pittsburgh's mind, it's Rodgers or Will Howard. Will Howard being a Buckeye, and I put that in quotations because he came from Kansas State, transferred 1 year, won the national title, went to the league. So he wasn't born and bred Buckeye, but that's the world we live in now. That's the world we live in now. Transfer in, you're a Buckeye. Quinshawn Junkins, we claim him. He was on that team. So he's a Buckeye. And then when you put the Steelers jersey on and you come from the Buckeyes, you damn sure my guy. So all of that being said, Will hadn't played a snap in a game in the NFL. Preseason, regular season, no season, your season, my season. I'm 52 years old, and Will and I had the same amount of snaps in an NFL game. So we can't just go handing the job to Will Howard. I would love for the young man to win it. Would love for him to win it. But therefore, you have to bring in competition to win it. So if Rodgers doesn't sign, Kirk comes. If Will beats out Kirk, Will's the real deal. If he can't, then you kind of know as a Steelers coaching staff, you have your next Mason Rudolph, and you have a career backup, but you have to go get a guy. But do you have a guy that could teach the next guy that you bring in 2027? Because that rookie class of quarterbacks was quote unquote loaded like this year was supposed to be. And then on top of that, Pittsburgh is talking about they love Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik, all those guys who were top of the class. Just because their teams weren't good doesn't mean the quarterback can't play. Tony Romo came out of Eastern Illinois, guys. You can't keep basing everything off college football on wins and losses from the quarterback position. Sometimes your team just isn't good. But anyway, that's where we're at with Kirk Cousins. The elephant in the room, and this is why we're doing this show today, Denver Broncos traded for Jaylen Waddle, which puts them in the AFC as a top 2 to reach the Super Bowl, and overall probably top 3 or 4 to win it. They're shooting their shot, which is crazy. But when you're talking from a fantasy football perspective, we had Cortland Sutton. I had Cortland Sutton at number 12. I had Jaylen Waddle at 22. And I had Troy Franklin at 38. And these are the 3 guys from the receiving position that this trade affects. Troy Franklin was the Broncos' Jaylen Waddle until they went and got Jaylen Waddle. So Troy Franklin can go undrafted. He can go completely undrafted in your fantasy football boards. There's no need to draft him. You could pick him up after the draft. Draft a guy, wait through week 1, because as we all know, somebody gets hurt in week 1. Like 7 or 8 somebodies get hurt in week 1 for the year. Then you go pick up Troy Franklin. other than that, on this team, you don't need Troy Franklin because Jaylen Waddle is going from 22 to about 16 or 17. Sutton is going to go from 12 to about 10. It all depends on that stubborn ass head coach they have in Sean Payton. So, and to piggyback off of that, they went out and gave J.K. Dobbins a 2-year, $20 million contract. They're giving him $10 million a year. And as a homer, which we've established that I am on this show, J.K. is a former Buckeye. I love the kid. I can only imagine what his career would be if he had not gotten hurt. But if it was a fifth, everybody be drunk. We all know that. Bottom line is, he's been hurt. He keeps getting hurt. No matter what, he always seems to get hurt. I'm talking injured, hurt, not just like banged up. He tears stuff. But with that being said, they didn't give him $10 million a year to go stand on the sideline. He's going to poach touchdowns from R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey will still get his catches, but Dobbins is going to poach some of those touchdowns. So I had Dobbins ranked 38 in our way too early projections. And I'm going to keep him about there because now I see his touchdowns because he has a team now. He didn't have a team when I put him at 38. He's a free agent. And I put him there based on the fact I knew somebody would see his talent and give him a shot. R.J. Harvey I had at 19. It may have to fall to like 22, 23, but we'll work these numbers out. But it may have to fall to 22 or 23 because he's going to lose 5-6 touchdowns in a year. 5-6 touchdowns is 30, 36 points. Fantasy numbers are tight, as you guys know. That 36 points could drop you 3 or 4 places. So that's why I have him now 19, from 19 to 19 through 23, 24. So it's going to be really interesting where this levels up at. And I'm excited to see what happens over the next few weeks. We're really looking forward to the draft. And I always hit y'all with this. Hit that like and subscribe button so we get into the right algorithms. And keep in mind, I am going to the draft next month. And my goal is to every team that drafts an offensive skill position player relevant to fantasy football is to get a quick interview with somebody from their fan base to see how they felt about that pick and hammer out a couple shorts with that. And I'll keep hammering that home so you guys can come back and hold me to that. But as always, hit that like and subscribe button. Help us get into the algorithms. And then until next time, and then we will have Corey back. He think he's on his deathbed, but he's not. We ramping up the football season. He got a cowboy up. So until next time, look at all of our shows on Calibration Media Group. All of them. We have a great platform of shows. And until next time, everybody be kind. It's Lou Willard for the Champ and the Chump. Thank you for viewing. See you next time.